Are you wondering what home trends are going to be gaining momentum in 2021? On this episode, I'm going to share with you some of those. Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of the Ask Jason Gelios show. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. Really appreciate you guys tuning in here. Came across a great article, and I love sharing great information with you guys. At least I think it's great, and the feedback has been awesome. So, typically I answer questions on this show, but I do like to take some time to share some nice things that are going on with the industry, and especially home trends, right? And so I'll be doing this every year, of course, and this could change throughout the year. But let's talk 2021, which aren't we all hoping for 21 to happen sooner than later, right? 2020 has been has just not been a fun year. I've personally, I've had a decent year, not gonna lie. Real estate hasn't really seen much of a blip, which is good, okay? But, one of the things I just wanna mention before we dive into the 2021 home trends is that the home office, right? Back in 2019, the home office was going away. And then 2021 with the pandemic and everything going on and most people working from home, or many people working from home, not most. It's just, you see that the home office is making a huge comeback, and that's crazy, right? So let's talk about this article that's on Realtor magazine, and it's home trends that are gaining momentum, that will gain momentum in 2021. Obviously, they're starting right now. That's how they know that, okay, 2021 is going to gain some momentum, okay? So one of the first ones is 2-for-1 kitchen. This is interesting. So basically, instead of having just the kitchen for what it should be for, is food and things like that, what we're seeing are kitchens, especially in new builds, kitchens, they also have, let's say, an area where a child can do their homework, a little office desk area built in or off the kitchen. In more upscale homes, more expensive homes, right? In my area, it's $500,000 and up. You tend to see a separate area off the kitchen where when you're in the kitchen doing whatever you're doing, making dinner, things like that, you actually have a separate area for people to do homework, to study, kids, and you can keep an eye on them. So the 2-for-1 kitchen is pretty interesting, okay? And obviously they're putting the work area more towards the back of the kitchen, not by the living room, things like that. So number 2 is outdoor heaters. You see these things, not just a fire pit, right? But you see huge outdoor heaters. They typically run $1,000 or more from what I've seen. But this is huge because people like to be outside more. Again, due to the pandemic, we're inside more, we're working from home, things like that. So it's nice to get out in the backyard. If you have an attractive backyard, and an outdoor heater helps extend the amount of days that you can go out there, even if you get into the colder months. So it's kind of pretty cool. So and on the same note, fire pits are getting more stylish. They're coming up with all kinds of different styles. So number 3 is actually prefabricated flex sheds. So when I think of shed, I think, okay, a shed that you just put up, plastic one with a roof, and you just throw your lawnmower in there and things like that. But what we're seeing are more and more prefabricated, stylish sheds. And actually, I'll throw an image up here. Let's put an image right here of an example of one, okay? So this could be used for somebody, granted in the warm months, unless you have a heater going to it, you can have somebody go in there and work out of it. You could keep some stuff in there, or it could be a gardening hub where maybe you bring a plant in there, and you have a nice countertop and things like that. Kind of like Cheryl's She Shed, right? It's a multi-use flex shed. Pretty interesting. Just always double check with your city about what they allow and if you have to have an actual permit, okay? Number 4, video conference living room. So you have video conferencing on, let's say, your main TV in your living room or whatnot. And so It's really helpful where you can do a video conference from your TV, just hook up a webcam or however that works. I'm half and half when it comes to tech, but video conferencing living rooms is very important, especially when family members are talking more or less on video, especially if they live far further apart and they're not traveling a lot. So that's pretty interesting as well. So number 5, warmer palettes and design materials. So warm colors. Now I'm kind of sad about this, but homeowners are getting tired of gray. I think gray had its time. I like gray if it's the right kind of gray, but I think some people overdid the gray. I always feel that you should have a little bit of a trendy color, nothing, where, like, obviously some people were doing gray this, gray that, everything, right? So homeowners are tired of gray, and so they're getting to more warmer, cleaner, brighter palettes of colors. And so one, they were saying actually a hint of pink for cozier, upbeat settings. Not a fan of pink. Don't overdo it on the pink. They did that, I think, in the 80s. It was terrible. I still see houses where I show them where they're still pink, overdone it. So that part's just my opinion, but okay. Number 6, multifamily amenities. Families, there's a lot of multifamilies, multiple generations in one home. For example, here's some things that they're actually sharing, right? Quarantine stations, right? Which is interesting. I actually did a video about this before where how mud rooms are becoming disinfectant rooms. It's kind of interesting, right? They have things in there that disinfect shoes, disinfect coats, especially again with the pandemic. So recording studios, I don't know about this one. I think some people could have a recording studio, but I don't see that a lot in Southeast Michigan. That's where I am at. And then bicycle lockers, bike sharing, things like that. That's all cool. I don't know. Although people are going on their bikes more and more. So this one's interesting. Number 7 is grander staircases. So staircases that stand out more, especially considering that the majority of them are actually when you walk into the front door. So your guests walk in and they see this nice staircase. That's what I've always liked about a colonial home, is that they see this nice staircase, especially during the holidays if you decorate, okay? So that's a trend there too. New suburbia is number 8. This one, they're trying to pull urban dwellers, to suburbia. And so what we're seeing often is more public transportation, right? In certain areas, we're actually seeing this, more access to mini downtown areas within a subdivision or within a township. Okay, so like a community, they try to build up a community. In my specific township where I live, their new focus, or it has been for the past year, is sidewalk has to be on the side of every major and minor road. Okay, because they want people to be able to walk to the store, and not walk on the road and potentially get hit by a car. So pretty interesting there. So well-planned, well-designed developments within the community. And actually I want to share with you one more. So, okay. Number 9, resilient landscapes. So landscaping that you don't have to have high maintenance on. I'm a huge fan of this, where if you have to do a lot of high maintenance in terms of landscaping, then it just doesn't make any sense. It's too much work. It drives me nuts. I want to be able to enjoy the warmer months, especially, I'm in Michigan, and we only have a small amount, like 4 months where it's actually warm and enjoyable. Then we get into late fall and winter. So just know that, resilient landscaping that can take a beating is definitely key, and that's why it's number 9 here. So just want to share with you these trends that are going to be really gaining momentum in 2021. Obviously, I'll be sharing some more that pop up as the year begins. So I hope you guys found this interesting. Would love your thoughts. What do you guys think is going to be a huge trend for 2021? What are you seeing Or actually, what would you like to see? So share your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to visit my website, it's allabouttherealestate.com, and don't forget to follow me on social media. And if you're definitely watching this on YouTube, you gotta hit subscribe and you gotta hit that bell so you don't miss out on other videos that I upload. So I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. Thanks everyone for watching this episode of the Ask Jason Gelios show. Be sure to visit the links in the description below to pick up your copy of my real estate book, Think Like a Realtor. It's a little book about buying and selling residential real estate through the eyes of a realtor. It's real world advice, tips, whether you're a new agent in the business or you are a home buyer or even looking to sell a home. This is great advice. So I really appreciate it if you guys visit those links, pick up your copy, and go ahead and share a review, good or bad, if you like it, if you hate it, okay? But get your copy today. Thank you.